Good morning, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Tuesday morning, June 2nd. We're looking at the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trader. A lot going on this morning as we are coming to the top of a 5-day balance, top of a monthly high with a gap higher, possibly first gap in June. Buyers still in control. I still feel balance rules along with gap rules will apply so far this morning. So you're going to have basically a clash here between traders doing what's worked till it doesn't work anymore and the gap rule applying. So let's go over destinations and a game plan for this morning. So for the upside, since there's still an hour to go prior to the opening, we're going to use yesterday's high on both sides of the equation. So 306.21 on the upside. Then we have 306.84. which was Thursday's high and the monthly high. Above that, if we're finally accepted above that, we have that daily high at 308.47 and then 313.10 daily high and 313.84 monthly high, which would be the next major goal for the bulls if they're able to stay above this one. For the downside, if we gap higher, we have yesterday's high of 306.21. Then we don't have anything. Remember, we had a total vacuum yesterday, right? We had the high and the low. We never had an afternoon pullback low. We never had 9 wide, no single prints. So yesterday's low of 303.06 until we get more market generated information, and then 301.58, which was 10 wide from the 29th. Now, pre-market, my upside high is 307.88, which would be the next destination if we take out the monthly high. On the downside, 305.52. So still fairly low. It's certainly inside of yesterday. So that would be your next destination before you got to yesterday's low. So what's the game plan for this morning? Well, again, we have just over an hour to go, so a lot can change. However, if you're to open above last month's high, I would look to possibly take a call play, and then it's going to depend on what type of heat you want. First off, my first destination would be the pre-market high, and then above that would be that other daily high of 308.47. Now, if you had to come in and get back accepted into the 5-day balance, now you have to decide how much heat you want to take. It's about 60 cents worth, which isn't that much, so I'd probably hold on to the long and even add to it as long as the gap holds. So if we open around right around where we're trading, around the 307.25 level, 307.25 level, I would take a call play, add on to it below the monthly high, totally out if we close the gap and get accepted back into yesterday's range and value. That would be a call play early on. Put play. Don't have one right here. There's nothing telling you to short this. Now, in the next hour, if we're to open below last month's high and come in and fill the gap fairly quickly, then you can look to take a put play, and now you know your out is back above last month's high. So if you open below it, never take it out, right? All you're doing is getting to the top of a balance. Now, if you open below it, stretch it just a bit and come back in and then fill the gap. I would not take a short unless we fill the gap. Then again, you can take a short play, looking now that the balance was just stretched slightly. Now again, these are all early plays. Your value would be high if you are to short it anywhere around this area. So that's something to keep in mind. It was a P-shape yesterday for short covering, but that can go on for days and or weeks. You will be getting up-to-the-date information if you're in my trading room, voice channel room at camelbacktrading.org. Now, let's go to the charts. So first day of the month, yesterday. Today's the second. They're attempting to take out last month's high. Now, if we do that, we're actually one time framing up 2 months. Will I call it up? Not necessarily yet. I would call it balanced to up, and the reason for that is these past 2 months and 2 days are strictly inside of March's huge range. It's certainly impressive what the bulls have done. Above the trend line, one time framing up. Inside month up, and now possibly taking out last month's high early in the month. Right? These inside months are very powerful. However, as a technical view for me, I'm going to call it balanced to up because we're still inside all of March. That would be the next key level the bulls would go. First, let's take out last month's high first. Weekly is absolutely up. We are one time framing up 2 weeks. We're trying to get distance now away from last week. But again, we have to take out last week's high, which is last month's high, and then look at your next big goal on the weekly. It's that 313.84 level, firmly above the 302.50 level, which was this balance. Right? So bulls are firmly in control as of now. Daily, same thing. They are attempting to come out of a 5-day balance to the upside. Balance rules apply, right? If we get above the 5-day balance, slightly stretch it and come back in, then not much was accomplished. Or if we don't take it out at all and then roll over. What the bulls need to do is to take out the 5-day balance high and don't look back. Now, is that possible? It sure is, but this type of volume is not helping. We did under 57 million shares with the after hours last night. Now, I know it's only one part of the equation. The average volume is down to 92 million, but you would certainly like to see the next time frame come in along with these mindless machines that are just grinding this up. If you were to get that, then you can certainly get some acceleration to the upside. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.